Live from the local liquor store to your living room, it's Transformers News with your host, YouTube's most outspoken alcoholic and worldly wino, the dashing and debonair Drunken Prime. Thank you all. Let's go ahead and gather around. Let's grab a seat and let's get into the news. So the Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest has come and gone, and it's left quite an impression on the community. Some good, some bad. It was kind of a mixed bag for the most part. I feel like the biggest controversy by far stemmed from the Optimus Prime reveal. Now, I like to frequent the forums and just kind of get a sort of a layout of the land of how everyone in the community is feeling about basically about what was going on. And one thing came up that kind of shocked me, and I wanted to address this in a different video as I did a little more research into the company, into the collaboration, things like that. But something else came up. It was this figure right here. This Optimus Prime figure, this thing. When I saw Jason Mewes and basically Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, when I saw them presenting this Optimus Prime, my jaw dropped. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. This is a lot. This kind of reminds me. So, in my house, I have a few of the Sphero figures. I don't know if you know what those are, but basically they're just the robot figures that you can control with your phone. So I have the Star Wars R2-D2. I had the BB-8, and I sold that to a friend who wanted it for his son for his birthday, and I really didn't have a connection to the figure. And also I had and sold the Lightning McQueen Sphero, which basically talked to you. The mouth moved, the eyes blinked. It was, he had facial expressions, all that good stuff. This was something I didn't expect, and this was the biggest surprise out of all the surprises. This one reminds me of the old Apple presentations when Steve Jobs would come out and say, "Oh, and there's just one more thing." This was that kind of moment where it was like that one more thing. And I saw it and I was like, this looks dope. This looks cool. Like, I honestly, I didn't think Hasbro had it in them to, one, collaborate to create something like this, and two, go through with it. But of course, with that came the forums, and that was a totally different bag, which was interesting because honestly, the forums, the gripes, the main gripes that I saw were minor gripes by any other stretch of the imagination. Let me explain. When you see a figure like this, which could possibly be the future of Transformers, when you see a figure like this, and one of the overall major gripes on the forum and the groups I'm a part of is that the the test shots, the computer generated test shots that they show online on Hasbro Pulse don't look exactly like the product that was being presented. And I think everybody's talking about the flap behind Optimus's head. You can see it here. There's a flap. In this photo, when they show it being dissected into parts, and all the different components that go into it, there's a flap behind Optimus's head. But on the website, where you see right here, there's no back flap. So people are like, well, what are we getting? Are we getting the back flap, not the back flap? And I feel like the next point led into this portion of the debate. So the price was the big thing. Most people had a problem with the price. They thought it's overpriced. It's $699. And my thing is with this is the same thing that I say to people who want fully stocked MacBook Pros. Just as an example, I always tell people, if you want if the price of a fully stocked MacBook Pro is too much for your pocket, don't buy it. That's all I have to say about this one. Don't buy it. If the price is that much of a deterrent, or if it's causing you that much grief, don't buy it. You don't have to even be mad about it. I'm not even mad. I can't afford this. This literally is what I like to call a divorce bot. This is one of those figures where you buy this without consulting your spouse, and you don't make good enough money to justify buying this. This is a divorce bot. You and that bot are going to be living in some apartment in some dive in wherever you live, in Bakersfield, Fresno, upstate New York, some divey town in upstate New York, some danky abandoned building in Detroit. You're going to be living there if you buy this bot. This is one of those divorce bots. But with the major gripe that everyone has with it is that it's too expensive for what you're getting. Then don't buy it. For what you're getting in the box, from what I've seen and read, you're getting a Optimus Prime that is programmable, listens to commands, interacts with you, transforms on its own, is controlled by your voice and or by your phone. I don't know about the materials. I haven't touched it. I just saw it, and I kind of rewatched the Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith presentation or reveal, and it looked like the materials were pretty good, but this is one of those. This reminds me of BMWs, where if one thing goes wrong, one wire in the wrong wire goes wrong with a BMW, the car is rendered useless because it's so dependent on the computer to regulate the rest of the systems that one wire going wrong in the computer will ruin the entire car. This could be a BMW type scenario. Yeah, it's fine-tuned. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it has a lot of features packed into it. But this could end up being like the MacBook Pros that came out in what, 2016, 2017, where the keyboard, where anything dust, dirt got into the keyboard and the keyboard stopped working. It looked nice. The MacBook Pro was sleek. It was very cool. But if you got dust in the keyboard, it was basically useless. I feel like this could be one of those products if it's not managed correctly. We'll see. We'll see. I really, really, really want to get my hands on this, but it's the same thing with Unicron. It's just I don't have the time to dedicate to save the money, because every time I save the money, every time I try to save the money for these sort of products, these figures, something comes up, life happens. So $500 that you may have had up front for Unicron, you don't have it. This thing, it's big. It looks like it has some heft to it. It's a 19-inch figure on top of that too. This, I could start saving for it to come back on pre-order or back on sale, and hopefully jump in on it. But I know life's going to happen, and I'm just going to drool over this because I think it was cool. I enjoy figures like this. I enjoy my R2-D2. I enjoyed BB-8. I enjoyed Lightning McQueen. Figures like this, things like this, blow my mind, and I love them. And I really, really want to get this. But, I know no matter how much I try, life's going to happen. And it's just, it is what it is. And I'm sure the scalpers are going to have a field day with this one. They have already had a field day with Unicron. You can get Unicron now, I think it's like $2,000 or something like that. You have to pay for this thing on top of the shipping, which probably would be, $100 on top of that, because the thing's the size of a damn dishwasher. The boxes. So I can only imagine what the scalpers are going to do with this bad boy once they get their hands on this. But the secondary market is going to have a field day. But this one, seriously, don't complain about this. Embrace this. This is the future of Transformers. I think this is going to be the future of Transformers. The same way, Apple innovated computers, the same way Apple innovated phones, actually. The same way Intel innovated processors at one point. The same way Microsoft innovated operating systems. The same way that Bitcoin innovated currency. This could be the future of Transformers right here. We're looking right at it. These animatronic figures could be the future. And, if you can't afford to jump in on the future right away, it's not going anywhere. This thing's sold out already. It's not going anywhere. It is going to be the future of Transformers. Let's enjoy this. Let's embrace this. This is going to be fun. Let's embrace innovation from Hasbro, because that was one of the other complaints. And the final complaint I want to talk about is that everybody kept talking about a lack of innovation from Hasbro. Let's embrace some innovation from them. Let's embrace this, because this could be, like I said, the future of Transformers, where some people are just going to be like, they're going to be like people who want to read from a book. They want to read a book. They want to hold a book in their hand. Those are going to be the people who want to handle their Transformers and actually transform them with their hands. And then there's going to probably be another generation that's going to come up, and they're going to say, I want my Transformer to be a interactive figure that I can talk to and command and do all this other stuff with. those are the people, those are the iPad people, those are the tablet folk who don't want to hold a book. They want to hold a tablet with every book they own on it, instead of having to carry 5 or 6 books on vacation, or buying books in the bookstore in the airport. They can just go buy. They can just use their iPad and have every book at their disposal, and every newspaper, and so on and so forth. This is the future right here. I think this is going to be the future of Transformers, and I'm willing to embrace it. I hope everybody else is willing to embrace it. But yeah, that's sort of my 2 cents on this so far. I might come with another video more in depth about this, but for right now, I really wanted to address some of the things that I was seeing on the forums about this. But yeah, with that said, be safe, be good, and this is the Drunken Prime, cracking open another beer and signing off.